All right, let's jump right into this explainer, because what we're looking at today is honestly a seriously fascinating technical achievement. We're diving into the Digital Velocity Co. n8n ecosystem. And look, this isn't just some basic list of tips and tricks. It's a massive library, over 50 production-ready automation workflows. But here is the absolute best part. They are designed from the ground up to run without stacking those endless SaaS fees. If you've ever felt like your business is just literally bleeding money from a dozen different overlapping software subscriptions, well, this architecture, it provides a totally different blueprint for getting things done. Because let's be real, automation is powerful, right? It saves time, reduces human error, and lets you scale rapidly. But there is a catch, and everyone in the tech space knows it all too well. Traditional monthly software fees scale linearly with your usage. Basically, the more you automate, the more you pay. But this source raises a fascinating technical possibility for us today. Think about it. What if you could completely detach your operational scale from your monthly billing? What if running enterprise-grade automation costs you exactly $0 a month in recurring platform fees? So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll cover the zero-cost architecture. Then, AI sales and outreach. Third, industry-specific routing. Fourth, financial and agency systems. And finally, deployment and implementation. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the zero-cost architecture. The absolute crucial point here is this exact number, $0. Now, normally when you hear enterprise automation, you probably instantly think of massive invoices, right? Hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars a month. But the source explicitly engineers these workflows to bypass those costs entirely. Let's look at exactly how they pull that off. So this zero-cost reality, it's all achieved by deploying self-hosted n8n. If you aren't familiar with it, n8n is this highly flexible, open-source workflow automation tool. By self-hosting it, you're just putting it on your own server infrastructure. You aren't paying some cloud provider per zap or per task. You run the engine yourself. And to make the AI elements completely free, this ecosystem pairs n8n with free AI processors, specifically leveraging the Groq API. You can kind of think of the Groq API as offering lightning-fast processing for free. It acts as the brain, while n8n acts as the brawn. That combination of free automation software and free API access, that is the secret sauce, making all the math work out. And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast we are talking about. On the left side, we have the traditional SaaS model. It is kind of like renting an apartment, right? You pay every single month, and if you need an extra room or have more traffic, bam, your rent goes up. It's chaotic with high monthly fees that scale right alongside your usage. But on the right, the n8n and Groq ecosystem is way more like owning a home. It's a flat, stable, owned infrastructure. Once it's built and deployed, there are simply no recurring software platform fees, no matter how much data you push through it. Moving right along, Section 2, AI sales and outreach. Just think for a second about the sheer human capital it takes to do all of this manually. By looking at these specific nodes, we can see how the system handles what would normally require, honestly, an entire sales team. Look at the AI sales bot at the top there. It doesn't just send an email, it actually scores the incoming leads, crafts the initial message, and then, get this, autonomously manages a 7-day follow-up sequence. Then, right below that, the silent closer handles continuous lead follow-up automation so absolutely nothing falls through the cracks. And Outreach GPT just sits there, ready on demand, to generate personalized cold emails. All of these function without any manual human intervention once they're triggered. It's wild. What's really striking here is the sheer volume of 24/7 autonomous outreach protocols available in this single ecosystem. You aren't just getting one little tool, you have an entire suite at your disposal. Notice the AI customer support agent? That thing monitors both WhatsApp and email around the clock. Or how about the seamless bridge connecting a simple Google Sheet directly to Gmail for bulk outreach? The system is taking standard, everyday tools and just supercharging them with AI, completely turning static data into active conversations. Okay, let's pivot to Section 3, industry-specific routing. Now notice how a complex 39-node lead engine built specifically for real estate functions entirely differently from, say, an automated returns handler for a Shopify e-commerce store. And actually, think about what 39 nodes really means. It's a massive, highly complex decision tree that evaluates multiple conditions, pulls data, and executes actions instantly, all triggered by just 2 events. Yet despite being radically different in what they do, like chasing down RentArrears versus recovering abandoned shopping carts, they all share that exact same zero-cost, self-hosted backbone we just talked about. It is incredibly flexible.
And the system's versatility is truly massive. It can handle incredibly niche triggers. Just look at these applications. You've got an automated no-show prevention system for healthcare clinics, and yes, even a pet farm auto-ops system to handle daily agriculture and retail operations. Because hey, it turns out even pet farms need enterprise automation, right? It even tackles reputation management by automatically soliciting Google reviews via WhatsApp right after a transaction. The architecture just sort of bends to fit the exact shape of whatever industry it's plugged into.
Next up, Section 4, Financial and Agency Systems. I actually want to pause here for a second because this specific node is incredibly revealing. Vendor Compliance and Invoice Audit Engine, engineered for 10 million plus companies. Okay, so this tells us right away that this ecosystem isn't just some toy for small repetitive tasks or a hobbyist sandbox. It proves that the self-hosted n8n infrastructure can handle the heavy lifting. We're talking enterprise-grade auditing, where strict financial compliance is absolutely on the line. Here we can see data flowing seamlessly across totally different professional domains. Under finance, you have Stripe communicating instantly with QuickBooks for zero-touch bookkeeping, right alongside a dedicated debt recovery engine for those unpaid invoices. And for digital agencies, well, managing clients is notoriously time-consuming. But here, Client Pulse acts as a bot that automatically compiles and sends out weekly client reports. Meanwhile, AuditBot Pro can scrape a prospective client's website and tech stack to just generate a full audit on the fly. It's literally like having an entire back-office staff running on silicon. Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, Deployment and Implementation. Now, if you've been watching this explainer and thinking you need to be some senior developer to actually build this stuff, notice this detail. The system hooks into over 400 different applications, but despite the high technical output and those complex decision trees we looked at, the barrier to entry relies entirely on logic and visual mapping, not raw code. Basically, if you can draw a flowchart on a whiteboard, you can build and modify these pipelines. This linear sequence turns the whole intimidating act of installation into a super clear, tangible process. You literally just drag and drop a ready-to-use JSON template file right into your n8n workspace. And bam, the entire complex web of nodes populates instantly. And from there, you aren't left guessing. The ecosystem provides a massive 50-plus page setup manual along with a node-by-node reference guide. It really proves this is a practical, highly documented system meant for real-world implementation rather than just some theoretical magic wand. As we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with this absolutely crucial thought about where your operational data, and frankly, your monthly budget, actually lives. The digital velocity ecosystem challenges the whole prevailing narrative that you just have to pay a toll to third-party platforms every single time your business executes a task. With tools like n8n and free APIs like Groq, the power to build a custom, zero-cost, enterprise-grade machine is entirely in your hands. So ask yourself, why rent when you can own? Take a really close look at your own workflows and imagine what you could build if the cost of scaling was exactly zero.